Okay. Jeremy, will you take the bullet for us? And can I blame it all on you, the reason that we're late tonight?
Yes, it's absolutely my fault, 110%. And
Excellent.
I'm
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to say that because I've been doing Honeydew Saturday.
Everyone I talked to today had this honey to do list today. Uh, so understandable. The boss rules. So
Absolutely.
that is a great out. We'll blame it on the Heidi and
No, we'll blame it on
Fesh.
we'll blame it on me, not Heidi. I just took longer than expected.
You know how to stay out of the doghouse. I'll tell you what, this man is seasoned in all aspects.
Oh, I
Happy
have a
wife.
financier, and this financier pays for all of this stuff. So yeah, I
Well,
so on a honeydew list. So I don't know what you guys did, but I knocked out. I painted her office um, a beautiful silver blue color, and I mended my fence on the back 40. I had to fix it because I got a dog that likes to now escape the fence line, so I had to fix that. That was my honeydew list.
okay. Well, I could give you a long list of chores to come over here and help with. Also, I get it.
I'm expensive.
Yeah. Oh, who isn't these days? Who isn't? That is everything's expensive these days. That is for darn sure.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone. Let's slide over here into the comments. Jeremy is. Are you? Did you have time to link up over to Addie's RC by any chance? Do you know? Is it
We are
all right?
we are live on Addie's channel as well.
Fantastic. So that's
So
definitely
if you're
one
not
of the cool
yeah, if you're not a subscriber to Addie's, you should
whole
probably
reason.
do that.
Yes. And that is where the stuff during the week is happening. You've been very consistent on the weekly. I'll call it weekly content. At least some sort of new tutorial, and honestly, people at ESRC, go back to the beginning, work your way through it. There's plenty, even if you're not catching the new stuff, there's plenty of older content to work your way through. The useful stuff. I mean, we always go back to the leaf spring conversion that you did in the early days with that FJ from FMS. I mean, that
Yeah, I
was
actually had like a
on
half
the
dozen
Michigan.
this
On the
week. Like,
Michigan.
yeah, still relevant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh, we went. I went. I went viral this week. I literally had I went viral. I can't believe it. Uh, I'm at last count was like 80,000 views on Instagram, over 1,000 likes. I could probably pull the stats up. I knew it was something special when my kids' jaw dropped. They're like, "Oh!" I'm like, "Oh yeah, pat me
The
on the
moment.
back."
Yeah.
But it was what pisses me off is it really has nothing to do with me at all. Like that's the crappy part. It
It's
literally has.
usually how it works on the socials. It's
Yeah,
usually something random and
it
unaccounted for, and it just like blows up.
it's like me going to USTE and taking a dozen photos of trucks that are not mine and putting them on
Mhm.
my Instagram.
Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah.
That's the way to do it, people. You want your little cheat to the top? Just go find Matty Cat and take all these photos of his
Yeah,
truck.
yeah, just all of his stuff, and yeah, just give him credit, and it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, we'll be able to come back to it. It's going to look a little shady. The reason why we have our guest here tonight, and it has nothing to do with this post, I promise. But the reason we went viral is sort of linked back to Eric. There is no question. It's kind of something he's been working on. What it inspired us was the JSTE event that happened here locally last week. And it was, probably the first event of the year to get out, dust ourselves off, gathering a large group of people together. It was actually a very, very good time. Um, did get a chance to bring home a couple of fun new toys. One we'll share with you towards the end. But Jeremy, do you have any product from Twisted Tree RC?
I
And
do
and
not. I've been seeing it. I really like the foxtail antennas and stuff like that I've been seeing, but I don't have any of that product yet.
so in a little bit, after we're done with Eric, I'll show you some of this stuff, and I
Nice.
promise you, I will tell you the reasons why it's so good. I mean, what you're going to appreciate is the meticulous detail that he puts into each piece and the pricing. Oh,
Okay.
it's actually affordable. Very
Nice.
cool stuff. Inspired, a great builder, great personal stuff. I mean, very cool. Uh, but let's, Jeremy, we're going to welcome our guest on here. Eric will let our guest, Eric Warren, Adventure RC, plenty of history with this guy. We go way, way back. Uh, People might not recognize the name first, but I think the one thing that they will always recognize, I thought for sure you were going to wear the rock concert shirt to the concert tonight. I had it on and I took it off. I'm like, you know what? It's going to look a little too cheesy.
So
But people will associate the logo that broke the internet.
if you're like, if you know me, that is the icon in which I sport when I go out into the wild with the RC truck. 99% of the time,
It's
that's
always
that's
on
what
you.
I'm wearing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not really around the
It's
house shirt for me, but I choose the bright colors of his outerwears. I like the oranges and the greens because Heidi says she can find me wherever I'm at.
okay. Good. Kind of like a hazard, Nosha hazard shirt.
Yep, yep,
Find Jeremy in the wild in the mix of
yep,
all the RC nuts. I can point them out.
yep.
Well, that makes sense. I like it.
Okay.
All right, so let's slide over here. We're going to make some room for our man, Eric, to come in here. And he's got, he's an RC enthusiast prepared to share his journey and what he has been up to. So, Eric, make yourself presentable. Here you come, sir. Oh, he's ready. Oh, I see him. He's ready. Hang on. We got to make room for him. I'm screwing up his intro here. Hide that. Boom. And hopefully he didn't freeze on us. I'm gonna remove him and bring him back one more time. I hope he's not frozen down there. That was what we were having. Oh,
There he is.
there he is. There he is. Man's locked and loaded. He's ready with flexing the Twisted Tree. Is that their patch, or is that a sticker or a patch?
That's a sticker. And I got one of his whip antennas. This is pretty cool.
I like it.
Price is
Yeah,
phenomenal. Spend some time.
all right.
Oh, and poof.
So, Jeremy, while you were taking your time getting here, one of the things Eric was struggling to find himself a clean connection earlier. The only disappointment is the StreamYard service that we're using to run the show each week is cloud-based. It is supposed to take care of this. It's supposed to cover the buffering for him, but we'll see what happens. So, Jeremy, are you keeping an eye on the comments because I am doing? All right.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Eric, we got you loud and clear. I just wanted to make sure we do not forget to pay attention to the peanut gallery. I know Tyler was planning on being here, Fish and Bill. There was a handful of people planning on flying along with us this evening. So we'll keep an eye on these guys, and we will. If you have any questions or comments for Eric as we get going into this, I'm sure they're going to pop up. Please let us know, and we will make sure Eric, you address them properly. So give us an intro, sir, and I promise you we will get to the show and tell. We'll come back full circle to Twisted Tree.
So, yeah, I'm Eric. I like to play with toy trucks. Been in the hobby.
Damn it.
I know. I'm in the sticks in New York. That's the problem right now.
All right.
In the hobby shop business since probably 2017 or so. Back when I was 13 years old, I got my first art.
And we're first.
We're gonna have to do our best with him to. I know it's a tough spot with him. I was afraid of this. Like I said, I was flexing on the StreamYard. I'm like, it's cloud based. It's gonna handle you.
Yep. You're on. You're good.
He's back, and then it kicks him
Gone.
out.
Then I'm back. Then I'm here.
On and back.
I'm gonna put you in the window and see if that's any better.
All right.
It's a nice, cool evening in New York, so thank you.
Thank you for that.
Nice and cool.
So, well, let him
Crazy
get.
that it's not
I'm
raining
going to do
anymore.
this, Jeremy. I'm going. Eric, get yourself positioned. I'm going to move you out for a second. Eric, go ahead, take your time, get yourself cleaned up, and try and find a spot. That way, we don't have to watch him jerking the camera around and things like that. We'll go to the workbench real quick, Jeremy. So this is one that you're going to appreciate. Something I know you've been busy with your printer. I brought two of them. I actually brought three. So I was stumbling around on Colts 3D up late at night, sniffing around, looking for cool stuff to print. So now, a typical case, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's a case, right? But what's cool about this, it was actually printed for a function for the top of your roof rack. It's a 4 AA battery holder. Did them in 2 matte finishes, like a typical tan color and a green color. Simple Colts file right on the top of your roof of your truck or in the back of the bed. Always got AA batteries when you need them. So if you need AA batteries at Beat the Creek, people, I am going to be locked and loaded. Cool. One other cool one on that.
Is that a free file? Or is that pay for it?
I honestly, I think it was like $1. It was like, it was stupid. It was like stupid cheap. I'll send you the link to it. Yeah. I mean, just a cool little, something little on the roof rack. It's an actual functional piece. It's not used for anything else but AA's. But, I mean, easy file to print. Very cool. In that family of AA batteries, you will recognize the rear window of an SCX6 Jeep. Magnetic latch, so it holds shut. It's 2 little magnets up top, 2 magnets down low. Instead of the Roto pack in that rear window, you can actually have AA batteries back there. The only downside is 99% of us have gravitated towards that FlySky radio, and I don't know the last time I used AA batteries. It's been that FlySky has been a game changer with the way that system works, and it recharges. It's super cool. But AA batteries around all the time, can't beat it. All right, so I see Eric down there doing his thing. But yes, when we're done here, I'll send you a direct link over there. You know what? We'll go one step further, people. When I go back to edit the notes for the show, we'll put a link on the Colts for the Colts file in case anyone watching is curious to know where I sniffed this out. We'll make it available to everyone. Again, I'm not promising you it's free, but you'll know where to find it on Colts. So we're always looking for cool little stuff like that. Now, the other piece that I brought ties it back into Twisted Tree, so I don't want to pull that out yet. All right, Eric, give us a thumbs up. You get ready to give this another go? All right, let's give it a go. Oh, he went outside on this beautiful New York evening.
All right.
It is. It's gorgeous outside.
It is.
Well, you sound great. So we got clean audio. Let's give it a go, Eric. You were telling us you're a man that likes toy trucks. Long hobby history here. Are you still working in the RC hobby store today?
I am. I'm actually, so in about 2017, I started in Fitchburg, Massachusetts at RC Excitement. About 2.5 years ago, we moved to upstate New York, in Binghamton, New York, the armpit of New York, maybe, if you want to think of it that way. And I work for a company called Small Addictions. Small Addictions RC. They have a 10,000 square foot RC store. And we have a huge internet business, and we ship all over the world, which is pretty cool. What we don't have is we don't have a lot of play space. For those that are familiar with RC Excitement or have been in that area, they know they had a lot of play space. Today we have about a 4,000 square foot oval track racing, full size and scale is pretty big in this area. And then the boss gave me maybe about 100 square, actually maybe 200 square feet of space, and we built an indoor micro crawler course. We're currently in the middle of a points competition for that micro course, a series, so to speak. We run 8 courses. We're going to take your best 6 scores, and I've been averaging anywhere from 85 to 100 trucks in 3 days over the last 6 courses. So the community is growing this year, finally. Hopefully I can transfer a lot of those folks to 10 scale stuff. We get to play outside.
Very cool.
Wow. Jeremy, have you ever been to Small Addictions?
I have not. I got to put it on the list.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
Impressive. Probably one of the largest hobby shops I've ever seen, for sure.
Wow.
Writing it down.
I know I don't want to go off track. I've been seeing the people over at A Main on the west side. They've been flexing the crap out of their new shop they built. Much respect. So you're grinding. Are you the guy that's behind the counter doing the fixing and repairs at the shop, or no?
No, you don't. Okay. You don't want me fixing your stuff. I will teach you. I will teach you how to fix your stuff. I'm not that guy. We've got about 10 employees that are full-time employees, and we've got a guy that is focused on that, probably part-time throughout the week. So I'm the guy that keeps the dirt oval track in shape. It's 100% clay. It takes about 18 hours a week to maintain that. So yeah, that's me. I'm Forrest Gump on a tractor.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not easy keeping a clay track together.
No, it's 100% clay too.
Yeah, it'll get away from you real quick, and then you're in.
Yep, absolutely. And when this winter, when it was cold, that was the hardest thing to keep it consistent. And the guys up here are used to Velcro traction, so if it's not super sticky and they can't go full throttle around that corner, they're gonna bitch about it all day.
Yep. Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta do that to humble them.
Yeah, I play with the track, the size of the track, the radiuses in the corners a lot to kind of play with them a little bit and keep them on their toes. Make it a little longer, make it a little shorter. They come in and are like, how come my car is a second slower than it was last week? I don't know.
Check your setup, bro.
Yeah, it entertains me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still in the hobby business. The logo is something that sparked a lot of interest many years ago. 2 years ago when we moved out here, it was a little on the stressful side. It kind of took a little step back, and this year my goal is to be out and about and a little more available, so to speak. A lot more events this year than I have in past years, or at least the last 2 years. So that's something that we're trying to do. We got a collaboration with Aiden Builds RCs, and he's taken over the printing of the full size body clips. I don't know if that's something that I think a lot of people have seen that.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Adam's actually in the chat too. So yeah.
Yeah. That was a project that started probably 4 years ago. While I was at RC Excitement, we had a young man working for us who just started college, and he was in the robotics field, going to school for robotics, and was talking about the 3D printers that he had access to at school. And I says, "Hey, can you build me a full size body clip?" And he says, "Why?" I said, "That's not the question. The question is, can you?"
Can you?
And he said, "Yeah, I guess." And I'm like, "Okay, build me one." So at 12:30 that night, he sent me a picture of that body clip, and I says, "Awesome." I says, "Bring it to work. We'll figure out what size magnet it needs to be." He goes, "What do you want to do with it?" I said, "I'm going to put it on my car." So that was the time where body clips were disappearing in the scale world, and I still had trucks that had body clips. So rather than conforming to the non-scale body clip, crowd, I decided to put them on my full-size car. So to me, they're scale. I guess we can debate that all day long if you want, but
yeah. Are we going to see miniature ones to put on my clipless bodies?
we could probably arrange that. I'm sure Aiden would love to print those. That would be cool.
Because then I don't have to drill holes, but I can just put them wherever I want. Just a magnet on the bottom, magnet on the top, and
well, yeah,
put it anywhere I want.
Wherever you want. People. So Brian unfortunately graduated college, and I gave him a lot of beer and a lot of pizza money in the 4 years that he was printing them for me. So it's awesome that Aiden's picking up. Hopefully we can give him a lot of college. He can make a lot of college money also. That's the goal anyway.
Yeah, that's cool. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the body pins. It turned out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When I first saw that body clip, it was at, I believe, Axial Fest Badlands in Indiana when you rolled in with that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you were the talk of the field for sure. You got all kinds of weird stuff going on, Mike.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I hit the wrong button. My bad. My bad. No, it's Eric's contagious here. I'm looking at the corner of my screen up here, and I can see this Wi-Fi signal bouncing up and down, and I don't understand why. I'm not even hooked up on Wi-Fi. I'm literally plugged in, but oh well. But Eric, you sound great, and that's the most important thing. I think we saw him at the Recon at one point. Whenever you came to the Recon G6 at Blue Rocks, you pulled up, and we got to see him on the hood of the car 4 or 5 years ago, and absolutely hysterical. So it does matter what car you put them on. I found that lesson out. So my wife's car is a Lincoln, and it's an aluminum hood. So these strong ass magnets didn't do nothing. They just kind of slid off her car. Then
I heard it.
The guy next to me in a Jeep. The guy pulls up to me next to me in a Jeep, and he's like, "Hey, I couldn't help be nosy, and I'm just trying to figure out what the hell you're trying to do." I'm like, long story. He's like, "Well, no, I'm an RC guy. I go way back. He started like naming grasshoppers and hornets and stuff." I'm like, "Well, it's changed a little bit in the last 40 years, but
oh yeah,
point made. Body pins." So I went to go put them on the hood of his Jeep, and the exact same thing. He's like, "Oh, the panels are like magnesium or something," and they didn't stick there either. So it does matter what kind of car you put them on.
So
once you
top tip, get one of those fishing magnets, put it on the bottom side, and put the clip on the top side, and it'll magnet.
There you go.
Clamp it through the aluminum.
That would definitely solve the problem.
Yep.
So I had heard a story that there was a customer that had purchased one at JSTE, And that was the question back was, how come these magnets don't work? I'm guessing maybe that was you.
Yes, that was me. I messaged Adam on Sunday. I'm like, bro, these things like they're broken. They're broken, bud. You might want to figure it because he was all proud of the magnet change. I mean, the magnets that he went to. I mean, these things are ridiculous. He had them up
Yeah.
on a display wall. You had to like pull them off. So the bonus was I was not expecting them to come out. I thought these things were stuck in there, and that's like shoot in there, and that was the end of it. And then the first time the body paint came out, I'm like, oh, these are too much fun.
No, that was part of the design. Brian, the kid who printed them first for me, was a racer, and I'm sure he pulled I don't know what brand car he was driving at the time, TLR or Associated, but he actually pulled the body clip, measured it out, plugged that into his system, scaled it up to 10th scale, and printed it. So it's an exact copy of somebody's body clip, somebody's actual body clip. So
that's cool. That is just so cool. And I can just see, because they are removable, like, Aiden coming out with, gold or purple or, color matching clips. Sure. That'd be a sweet accessory.
Yep. We sold the first batch that we've sold. I've probably sold maybe 50 pair, and sent them all over the world. I think I sent a set to Dubai, and he sent me a picture. I don't have it handy, but he sent me a picture of the body clip sitting on a Ferrari that he had over in Dubai, and I was just like, that's pretty cool.
That's cool. Straight up Tamiya stuff right there.
Right. But yeah, it's been a blast. I've had mine on the car for, since it first came out. It's almost 5 years now, and I don't take them off. They stay on year round. The car's got 210,000 miles on it, so the little rust springs that happen because of the magnets I used don't really bother me a whole lot. The car is not too old to hit over 100 miles an hour, so they've been tested to 115. I don't recommend that. I'm not responsible if something bad happens, but yeah, they're fun. I've had people chase me down the highway with them, taking pictures and what have you. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's almost the quintessential. How do you know I'm in RC without saying I'm in RC, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, we had to wait a year before your vanity plate is available in the state of New York. So in August, I've got another option to get a new license plate, and that'll probably be RC related also.
Cool.
You know what? The timing was kind of interesting, Jeremy. Was it AMP Engineering? Somebody really recently did on April Fool's Day. They were doing the RC 4-wheel drive bolts on the screw heads on the brake lights. Did you see them?
Oh yeah,
on April.
That was
FUD. FUD.
Turks and Jerks.
Oh, what did it? No, wait. Was it him who did it? Because I know Knights Customs.
Yeah, it was him.
Knights.
And a few other people kind of collaborated on it. It was Ampro Engineering.
Yep. Okay.
Turks and Jerks. Yeah, they work closely together with a bunch of stuff.
A total rip on RC 4-wheel drive, and and some of the people that did it like had great 1-to-1 trucks. Like it was.
Yeah, they had it made square body Chevy with the 4 Phillips screws on the corner.
Yeah,
it looked pretty. It's like you couldn't come up with a better way than screws in the taillight. But yeah.
But again, unless you're in the hobby, you wouldn't recognize that as somebody else in the hobby,
Yep. Yeah, I look for that stuff, parking lots and stuff. I cruise through. I'll see some decals or something and be like,
yep. Yep. When I pull into a parking lot or a mall somewhere, or even at a trailhead somewhere, and I see, company logos from the business, from the industry on cars, I see my own logo on a car, I know I'm with my own people, and I like these people, and they're good people. So that's really what it's all about in the long run, is hanging out and having a good time with brothers and sisters that are like minded, and having a good time.
Yeah. And like at Beat the Creek, like last year, I saw dozens of those decals throughout the parking lot. I mean, dozens
Mm,
and dozens. That's how I know I'm in good company.
yeah.
When I pull up to my Susquehanna State Park, and I park in the parking lot, and I'm never late, Tyler says, but when the Star Major shows up, then it's time to start, but they've already started. But anyway, show up in the parking lot, and there's already 3 or 4 trucks with that logo in the back window, like mine, and it's just reassuring that you're in good company, and people know.
Yeah, I really appreciate everybody that that supported me over the last 5 years, and hopefully we'll come out. It's the only thing I really do, so it's tough to be creative with something else. There's a lot of other companies out there that are always pushing the envelope with the new this or the new that or the new this or the new that, and that's awesome. I'm just looking to bring people together, and this is one way to do it, I think.
Yeah, and your
It,
your your lady series, the ponytail series,
Yeah,
that was huge. My wife, I mean, she went nuts on that.
oh
She
yeah,
probably got a half
we
dozen
appreciate
shirts
that.
herself.
Thank you, Hi.
Yeah. And the pinks, just kind of widening the breadth, because there's more than just guys that are doing this.
Yep.
Obviously, it's that kind of growth, and with your iconic logo, like it's just fantastic. I wouldn't change a thing on it. Maybe just small adaptations like you're doing.
So we also have a wheelchair,
Yep.
a guy in a wheelchair that drives. I've been lucky to meet a couple of awesome drivers that are challenged in the fact that they can't go out on the trail that well, and that's pretty awesome. So those the clothing for that is and the stickers are on the website for that as well. Um, I just created a week or so ago. I just got back from Cancun, so right before I went to Cancun, created a father son sticker. So now they got two guys walking with 2 trucks, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I've been playing with some background colors and background images, which is kind of cool. So we'll have a few new sticker options on the website in the near future.
well, that's fantastic. And let me reiterate, it is copyrighted, license protected. So this isn't for anyone else to go and modify. And do not think you're going to have an RC event and steal the logo and manipulate it to meet your needs. You need to reach out to you personally,
Yeah,
correct?
I would prefer that. Not to bring up any bad blood, but we had an issue a couple of years ago, and that was a big kick in the nuts. But yeah, it's copyrighted. It took almost 2 years to get it protected and trademarked. It's something that I felt with the interest. So when I first put it on sale, I posted up on my personal Facebook page. And within 3 hours, the first 50 stickers were already sold. And interesting enough to me, the first 50 customers I didn't know by name. Like when you're in Facebook groups and you see a lot of people that are into it and they're active in Facebook groups, you start recognizing names and go, okay, that guy belongs here. Okay, I've seen that name before. This is a guy that's the real deal. The first 50 customers I had, I didn't even know their name. How they even saw what I was offering, I have no idea. And so that was like surprising to me. It was very humbling to me, but decided I needed some kind of protection. So we went into that. I've been fighting counterfeiters for a long time. Guys that would steal my rocks are hand drawn. So it's one of those things that I can recognize my rocks anywhere. And they'll, oh well, I changed the guy or I changed the car, but yeah, but those are my rocks. Like I drew those rocks. So yeah, it's a challenge. I like to call people out and message them and ask them not to do that and what have you. But yeah, in the end, I prefer them ask me anything that you see. So Blue Rocks Family Campground's got a trailhead sign that I created with Jed, and the Wood family down there, Blue Rocks. And so that's something that we've done. I work with Trevor Rushford and Ledgestock to create some stickers that we can pass out at Ledgestock for participants that are there for that event in New Hampshire. That's probably the only ones that I've done that have been, Operation 11. I've done stickers for Operation 11 Charlie in the past, but those are probably the only ones that I give away, that I give people permission, to say, hey, you know what, let me create them. I'll donate them to you or your event, and go that route. But yeah, it's an uphill battle. It happens.
But you have been so supportive to Carry All from the beginning. And it was interesting when we were doing a early rendition of our logo, we kind of went the direction of a skeleton, thinking bare bones, and all you needed was your backpack on the trail. Draw a skeleton with a backpack, and it suddenly looks like a stick figure in a backpack. And we knew instantly, let's not try and infringe or copy anything. Let's adopt exactly what you're doing, and that logo is just a true identifier of, it's something to put on your one-to-one car and drive around proudly flexing it and telling the world I'm an RC guy.
Oh, wait a minute. There's sticker. That's sticker number one. That's the very first. That's the very first one. That's still on there.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I got my.
I love it.
I have that style. I go through vehicles kind of quickly, but over the years, like I just moved it from vehicle to vehicle. So if you're really careful taking those OG ones off, like you can reuse them. And then it got to the point where it wouldn't. So I put it in my my toolbox out in the garage. So it's.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that maybe a lot of people maybe understand, maybe don't recognize or have heard. I don't make these in my mom's basement on her Cricket. These are professionally made. I order them out. I order 50 or 100 or 200 at a time. They're heavy duty vinyl. They're not going to fade. They're not going to come off. Super durable. We've had. I was really turned on by the sticker company with the old shop I worked at. We actually had stools that we would use behind the counter that had stickers from this company on them, and they had been there for 6 or 7 years and didn't fade, didn't peel, didn't come up, nothing like that. I was like, those are the guys that need to make the stickers. So I don't do anything. The equipment, or I'm sorry, the clothing, the t-shirts, the hats, the hoodies, the shoes, all that stuff is done third party. I'll go to events and bring a stack of t-shirts that's printed here locally in Binghamton, but I hire out for a print company to print on demand. So you can go to the website, you can pick up, whatever color shirt with whatever color logo, if it's a hoodie, if it's a baseball hat and I've got multiple different baseball hats, and you can even order shoes, if you wanted a logo with shoes on it. I don't have any underwear on there, but if somebody really wants it, send me a message, we'll get it for you.
Draw the line there for me personally, but like the dad hat. I got the dad hat. It's got the the wear marks or whatever are geared into it. I love that thing, and I wear it all the time.
I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah. And it's embroidered, so it's super nice.
Yeah.
Well, that is absolutely fantastic. And I love how much you support back to all the events and different vendors. I can't think of an event that I haven't gone to recently where we haven't seen Adventure RC donating something. So thank you for giving back.
I do try to support those local guys. It's not always easy. Sometimes it's a pack of stickers or something simple and easy. But there's guys that have scratched my back, so I want to scratch back. So it's for me, it's about bringing people together. I still drive a car. It's got 210,000 miles on it. So I'm not in it for all the money, for sure.
There's no Lamborghini in the driveway, you're saying.
Nope, not today.
Not today. Not yet.
Not yet.
Well,
Yeah, I'm still waiting on delivery for mine. Put a
There you go.
dollar down on a 2050 model.
There you go.
By then, I
a
might be
2050 model.
Can't beat that.
The Lambo that will fly in 2050.
We can only hope, right?
Yeah. I mean, they fly now. It's just they don't fly.
Then
Ding,
off
ding.
the ground, right?
You brought the dad joke. I love it. Thank you.
I had to, because the only other one I had on tap was, what's a bear without the bee?
What's a bear without the bee?
It's just ears.
Just ears. Yep.
Yeah. That's how
I asked for it.
bad it is. You did ask for
You
it.
did. I heard
I
you.
asked for it. I asked for it. All right. So listen, Jeremy, give me the heads up here, co-pilot. I'm glitching like crazy over here on my end. Is it coming through clean enough to keep proceeding?
Yeah, your audio is on spot. You just get a little pause once in a while, but
Pause it.
all
right.
Your audio is good. Keep going.
Okay.
And
Because we're gonna throw.
We've got quite a crowd in our chat room here too. Sergeant J, he's with us.
That's
11C guys. You got Mini Shop, Mini RC. You got Gems, Tyrone Donkey, RC Steven. There's a Robert Pezzo is in here. There's a bunch of guys loading in. So yeah, Eric, you have quite the following because these aren't our normal crowd, and I appreciate them coming over to see you.
I appreciate all the love too.
Anybody I talked to today, when we told them you were coming on tonight, they were like over the moon, fully stoked. Like,
way cool.
It's a big deal. It is. It just shows the type of person you are. Everybody has nothing but a kind word to say about you, so keep doing what you're doing. This is when we're going to put you in the hot seat. We're going to throw up a 1-minute time clock here. We're going to let the audio run off of my end. It's a little game we call this or that. It's that simple. Stand by 1 second. I'm going to give you 2 choices between, for example, we'll say call or text. And you just simply will pick one.
Okay. I can do that. That's easy.
All right. You can do that. It's easy, right? All right. As long as my audio is... It should be. We'll muff it up somehow. Earlier, what you had said about you don't want anyone working on your truck. You can tell people how to do it. I'm the same way with golf. I can tell you how to fix your drive. I just don't watch me do it.
Right,
I'm a slicer.
No,
I can fix your swing.
Yeah, I'm the worst guy because when you come in and say my truck's broken, I'm going to ask you, so what'd you do to break it? Like, and did you bring the part numbers with you? You know, did you look up the part number? No. Okay, well, it'd be easier with a part number. Did you know that there's a manual that has the broken down pictures and you can actually look it up the part number? Yeah, okay, well, good. You can find that on your smartphone if you don't have the manual at home. Yeah, I'm the worst guy to ask. I'll help you, but
you're just going to get a whole lot of truth.
Yeah, it's part of the hobby, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, we're going to set the time clock here for 1 minute, and we'll get our audio. Oh, our background music.
We get music too.
There we go.
Yeah,
you're getting a little Jeopardy music. This is an official game. We're playing for big stakes.
Yeah, this is. We keep score.
All right, here we. Yes.
Oh boy.
All right. Call or text?
Text.
Train or airplane?
Airplane, because I was just on one.
Go to a bar or go to church?
Bar.
An Autobot or a Decepticon?
I have to say Autobot. Wife would kill me if I say Decepticons.
Pizza or Chinese food?
What's on the pizza? No, that's not the right answer. Yes. I'm going to answer yes to that question.
Okay, understood. Valid. We'll take it. PlayStation or Xbox?
I don't own either. I've never owned either. So I'll say Atari.
Acceptable. We'll take it. Okay, at a casino. Slot machines or blackjack?
Blackjack.
Are you a Lexan or a hard body?
Currently, I'm Lexan.
I ask this question every week, but in celebration of 420 Day, medicinal use or recreational?
Recreational.
Burger or hot dog?
Burger.
Jeep or truck?
Jeep. That's an easy one.
Jack it up.
I drive a Ford Focus.
Hey, I get it. Jack it up or slam it down?
Jack it up.
Win the lottery or meet your soulmate?
I've already done that, so I guess win the lottery would be next.
All right. Hunting or fishing?
I just went fishing. We didn't catch anything. I've been hunting. We didn't kill anything either. So I think if I had to choose, hunting.
Okay. Coke or Pepsi?
Diet Coke.
Action movie or comedy?
Action movie.
Cat or dog?
I have 2 cats and 1 dog, but I think I like the dog better.
Summer or winter?
Summer. Yeah, summer.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Samsung or iPhone?
I was in T-Mobile today, and it's got to be LG. No, Samsung, I guess.
Are you more likely to get a speeding ticket or a parking ticket?
Speeding ticket for sure.
Yeah, we figured that
At
out.
100. Yeah.
I don't drive that far to work every day anymore, so it's been the commute's been a lot shorter than what it was when I was back home. So,
Monopoly or the game of life?
Monopoly.
College or NFL?
College.
Walk? No, 80s or 90s?
80s. I'm old.
Would you UFO or Bigfoot?
So I've got inside knowledge on the UFO thing, so I'll have to go UFO.
Oh, we're talking later.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, game over. All right, we're aborting the show early. He just hit a. My heart's going.
So I know somebody who knows somebody who knows something, or I'm sorry, knew something. That's just because all I heard was third hand from my wife, so I trust her what she heard from her father. So
all I gotta say is Bob Lazar was correct. And
I believe that Howie thought the same thing.
Air guitar or air drums?
Drums.
X Games or the Olympics?
X Games, because they started in Rhode Island.
Nice.
One fact for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. All right.
They went corporate, and everybody got, Rhode Island wasn't big enough.
It's like one stadium now.
Yep.
Last question. Would you tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Boom, boom. Let's stop our Jeopardy music. You survived that game of this and that. And we got a little off the rails on the UFO. Diet Coke, we'll leave that as an acceptable answer.
Okay.
It's a pretty good score.
But that is, you did do good. And that's why we play it. We get to take a lighter side look at the world of Eric Warren and what you are like behind the scenes. People, he's a conspiracy UFO nut like me. Sign him up.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I know. I
from somebody who heard something from somebody that.
Oh, good enough. Good enough. I believe it.
That's why your reception is so much better outside than inside. Because inside.
That is true.
Yeah.
I would show you a picture of the moon, but it's under the clouds now.
Well, we need to figure out. The government is spiking my Wi-Fi over here. I feel like I'm that Max Headroom from the 80s over here. I'm like,
there you go.
And the guy with the security clearance, he's good.
I know. How is this happening? People need to be watching this guy. Like, right? They got the eyes on the wrong one.
I blinked out there for a minute.
We're used to it. The whole show's been like that. Ugh.
Good.
All right, Eric, are you going to bless us with your presence anywhere our way, or where do we need to come and rub elbows with you?
My next event is in, RC Excitement in Fitchburg, Mass. on the 4th of May for their RC 4-wheel drive scale day. After that would be Farm Fest in Acushnet. And then after that, that's on the calendar for sure, would be Ledgestock in August. That's in New Hampshire. Cool. I'm hoping for Blue Rocks. I haven't made a commitment for Blue Rocks, but that's usually one I like to go to is Blue Rocks. I think that might be it for this year. So Blue Rocks for sure I just need to make a decision on it. We talked about having a kitten earlier. We got a puppy that's just over 2 years old, and to travel with her is somewhat of a challenge. So we'll see how that goes. She travels well, but to babysit the puppy is it's not as much fun. I like to drive in the woods, and she's not quite there yet. So
cool. I hope to see you at Blue Rocks. I really do.
I really enjoy Blue Rocks. I was thinking of popping down to Roush Creek's only about 2.5 hours from here. Super Shafty, I think, is next weekend.
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking about popping down there. Jeremy, I know that you were up in Manchester, New Hampshire, some of my old stomping grounds back in the day, last weekend or the weekend before. That's Rock Ribbon's a great place to go. I was there Easter weekend. Trevor had a get together there Easter weekend one day, and there's a video of me bouncing across the street with an Easter basket. I'm not real proud of that moment, but it's funny to watch.
That's all matters, man. You had fun doing it.
Oh, I have a blast. I'm a big goof. It's crazy.
Oh, some of the photos that Trevor has in his phone, he's got some stuff locked in that vault. Photos that you probably don't want seeing the light of day. I can promise you that.
Well, I got video. Well, there's quite a few of us have videos of Trevor, so
hold them.
We all keep them locked up ready for that special day.
You need it. You need them. So I do hope that I hope we get you to Blue Rocks. That would definitely be great. I know we're planning on getting back up to that Farm Fest in October also. It sounds like they're going to be doing something in the fall.
Yeah, twice a year. Mark is an amazing guy. Bullfrog RC, I believe it's Bullfrog RC, with the goat farm there. It's a cool spot. I
Yeah.
was there last year for the first run, and the Top Heavy Pig guys from that area, Doug and Nick and everybody else that's in that crew, have spent a lot of time building trail there. So super scale for those guys. That's a crew that gets together. Doug and that THP crew, they get together every Sunday. Rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. Every Sunday they're going somewhere. They've got 5 or 6 or 8 spots that they go to. They're kind of particular with their small tire and hard body. You can show up with another truck, but you won't get your picture taken, which is, I guess that's the price to pay to play.
Yeah.
But those guys are awesome. Great supporters of Adventure RC trucks too. So I really appreciate those guys, and a shout out to everybody back in New England. I miss you guys a lot, and I'm starting a new crew here in upstate New York. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah, that was a solid crew for me. I'd never been there before, and I was welcome with open arms with tiny truck, tiny tire, and hard body. So Kevin's actually in the chat. Who was up there when I was up there. So it's
Kevin Sims.
It's an amazing crew, and I hope to get to Farm Fest. Trevor's doing an event there, or is part of that as well. I'm hoping to do that one and spend the night in a tent or something up there.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, that'll be really cool.
The one that's coming up in June, that's actually on my 50th birthday, so I will not be able to make the one in June, but we did commit to the one in the fall, because we got to hang with a bunch of those guys at JSTE. They made the trip down. We are going to start a private GoFundMe for the Farm Fest for Bulldog himself. He sacrificed a pair of Nike Shocks out there at the field in JSTE. So I think we can raise up some money. Rest in peace. Those Nike Shocks are KOA. He was a soldier. He went out there with them $150 sneaks and wore them proudly. I guess he didn't travel with enough other ones, but it was a sad day to see those Nike Shocks suffer in the mud because it was muddy. They could rename it a Woodstock of sorts too. I know, Jeremy, you were at an event down there at GA Rock Zombie recently. It was muddy there too. Yep, it's that springtime of year event. Yeah, it was definitely muddy, but the guys over at JSTE put on one hell of a great event for their first go around. Jeremy, I will definitely send you some of the photos of the work that they put into this event. I mean, hands down for their first go around. Now, granted, you got Joe Harrington, you've got some people that were helping them that got some years behind their belt, but they did a great job. And then bringing down Andy, like from Twisted Tree, he had something cool on his truck. You talk about advertising and spotting an RC car's truck, perforated window tint. So the perforated window tinting with his logo, that's the loophole that you can put window tint on the side windows. He had the perforated window tint with his logo printed on it. Very cool looking.
Yeah, that's
I've been looking
at tons of pictures in the socials about from JSTE. The scale aspect of it, which is what I look for. Like I'm a builder guy, so I'm looking for inspiration everywhere I can find it. And man, there was some really good stuff out there, and guys were sending me pictures of their builds for it because they knew I wasn't going to be there. But it was top notch. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and to do a show and shine in a mud pit next to a pond, as risky as that is. I think I only heard of one vehicle going in the water during the show and shine.
Just one. Almost. There was almost two.
Almost two. It was probably you.
It wasn't. It was not me. Somebody somebody had the trim on and set their car down and walked away, and it was just kind of this slow roll, and it was pushing the other cars into the water. I'm like, somebody's car is on. I just turtled the thing upside down. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I get caught
Yeah,
on that
I don't
cruise
know if-
control all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the cruise control.
Cruise
Yep.
control. Yep. Always get you.
Gets me
but
every
they did
time.
a great job up there, and if it wasn't my season opener here at Harford Rocks locally, the following Sunday, I probably would have went. The weather usually doesn't keep me away from that stuff, but yeah. So when they do it again, we'll go.
Jeremy, did you happen to notice the tire swing in any of the photos that people sent you?
I did see a tire swing.
There was a tire swing hanging off of one of the bridges, like crossing
Yeah.
over their little creek bed. The scaleness of the tire swing, like, bro, come on. They had them in two spots. It was that attention to detail that really sold the little. They didn't have a lot of room to work with, but in the little area that they put together, they really sold it with the scale.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's refreshing to see that at more events. You know, the scale buildings and the diorama aspect of scale photography. Even though some people wouldn't get down on the ground in the mud to really get that sweet shot, it that matters. It really does. It makes the event enjoyable when you can get a good scale shot of your truck.
There's so many more scale builders nowadays too. It's amazing. The product that people are bringing out is unbelievable right now.
Yeah, and I'm kind of seeing a turn with the scale community, going from what we used to do to everybody's printing it to now people are starting to create again with household items or Home Depot specials. Like they're starting to be more independent with their creations and a little less purchase everything.
Yep.
100%.
That's refreshing to see because I still make mufflers out of small Bic lighters, that kind of making exhaust out of straws and stuff like that. It's refreshing to see that coming back around, and it's not just a purchase economy. And I think it speaks to the cost of things now.
That bingo,
buy
you hit it.
or buy a printed part for your truck, and people are getting a little more creative, and I like to see that.
People's RC budgets have changed, and I think there is a need to maybe make a little bit more. But Jeremy, it's a lot more rewarding to yourself personally when you accomplish something like that. And
I mean,
I've been looking at the truck trying to find those little extras, something that you don't see on someone else's truck. What can you do different and make? There you go. Bingo.
They're aluminum tubes from a metal supply place, and you just bend them up. I still got some work to do on these. I got to put mufflers on it and stuff like that. But it's things like that, and the the inner fenders and firewalls and stuff like that. It's just metal from Home Depot. Just take your time, cut it out, bend it, make it look cool, and you can be an individual with your build instead of a part of the collective. I like to say sheep because some stuff's pretty cool to follow. I mean, I can make a wood bed. I've made a wood bed, but that True North wood bed is freaking fantastic. So, yeah, I'll follow that all day long.
And I think Jeremy, I think the same could be said for Twisted Tree. So I think I was able to create my own antennas plenty of times in the past. But if I can get the lighting right on this, now it's inside of a bag, but the tennis ball, and if you could see the attention to detail with the way he winds the wires around the bottom, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. Now, we've been cutting firewood in the back of our trucks for ever. Like that was the first scale accessory I ever made, was go up, break up sticks and stack them together and make a little wood pile in the back of the truck. I never thought in a million years I would ever buy a pile of wood, but I mean the attention to detail in the cut, the way he cut the wood, like on a, like it went right through a splitter, wrapped it in they're literally wrapped together and labeled, and guess what? Look at the price tag, $3.
That's not bad.
So it's priced, so it is affordable. The level of detail in all the parts that he's making is off the charts, and he's a talented, gifted builder, inspiring me to go right on Amazon the second I got home to purchase this chainsaw, which was once a keychain. It's an actual keychain that you get from right from Steel themselves. It turns on.
Wow.
But I thought, dude, there's no way I'm getting that. It's too big. It looked like it was oversized, but not in the back of an FMS FJ40. It is bingo.
Right.
It is perfect. Thank you, FMS, for making those oversized tent scales.
Yeah, that's definitely 8 scale stuff going on right there.
But thank you, FMS. This turned out to be ideal.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody in J40 is cutting firewood though. I don't know. I don't know if that's a firewood vehicle.
Oh, right. We'll go.
Maybe mass murderer.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Put the right action figure in there with an axe in his hand. We'll be all right.
Yep.
But yes, I'm very happy with everything that's happening with Twisted Tree.
I gotta get some of that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, we brought home an arsenal, a variety pack of all of his stuff, and I can't wait to get more. I want to do so many more trucks with it. Very cool stuff. Andy's a great guy.
Tennis ball antenna, straight out of 1985. Like that's what we were rocking on square bodies, and
Bushido, Samurai, like right on the back, right, like an 80s looking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm glitching like crazy, Jeremy. I'm going to be quiet now. I want you to, Eric, if you want to hang out for a few minutes. I know Jeremy's been doing a new video over on Addy's RC. I guess it was a true unboxing this week of the newer FMS FCX10, they call it.
Yep.
Mm.
So not really an unboxing. I don't like doing unboxings. I don't know what there is about it. I see them when they. When a new release comes out, there's 6 videos of unboxings, and it's scripted. It's like I've been down that road. I know what it is.
Every Tuesday.
Got it. I waited a little longer. I had the privilege of running the FCX10 in its pre-release form back in October at NERSA.
November.
So I have some experience with the truck, and I gave some feedback on it. Whether they used it or not, I don't know. But one thing they didn't listen to me on, I fixed. And I did a video on that this week where I made it. So out of the box, it comes with selectable everything. Like it's a 10, 11 channel radio. You can turn on bells and whistles all day long. But the one thing that it has, unfortunately, went mainstream, which is the dig front or 4-wheel drive combination. So you could have 4-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, or dig. But in the instruction manual, in one sentence buried inside of that book, it says that you can change the transmission by flipping or changing a gear. And I was like, okay, I want rear-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. I don't like dig. I'm just not a fan of dig on trails. For a trail truck, dig isn't a trail truck tool. So at least not for me in this area. So I wanted to do burnouts. I like doing burnouts. I have a truck that's dedicated to doing burnouts. If you go to Axial Fest, you'll see the heck out of that. It's Slim Fast, is the name of that one. But I wanted this truck to do burnouts. I want to do one wheel peels because it's got locking diffs. So I can literally run the truck in one wheel drive ish.
Wow.
So I did a video on changing that transmission over to that, which is what it should have been released as. I think it would have had a lot more presence in the market if it was that setup out of the box rather than what it is. Just personal opinion.
Jeremy,
I think that's what scale people are looking for. Go ahead, Mark.
what was the difference with the RebelCon? Is it set the same? I mean, I remember you
No.
pulling the RebelCon up and ripping around with that thing, like turned it into a go fast short course truck. You were jumping the Rebel
Yeah.
and doing
And
all
I'm
kinds of
gonna do
crazy
that.
stuff.
I'm going to do that tomorrow with this. Matt and I are going out, and I'm going to torture the heck out of that truck, just the way I did with the RebelCon. The RebelCon
Is it?
is a completely different truck than this, but it's that feature filled. So you have front and rear lockers. You have the ability to do high and low as well. This has some ground speed to it, so I should be able to jump it and do all that craziness like I did with RebelCon, and we'll see how it holds up. I know that people are having not really issues, but they're having some glitchy issues with the radio piece. But it's I think it's in how you start it up. Like mine came, it wasn't bound. It had no bind whatsoever between the radio and the truck, and it's just take your time, read the manual, and it'll work. And I think that's what people are missing. The manuals they're good, but they're not great. Did a little research with that radio and saw how to do some stuff. But anyway, that's all in that video. And then I'm going to do some running footage tomorrow with it. One of the other videos I dropped this week was the Reef's variable winch mount for the VRD for the Vanquish truck. So to be the Vanquish truck, the VRD and the Stance don't have a place to mount a winch whatsoever. I asked Josh, I keep saying Harley. I asked Josh about it, and he said it just doesn't need a winch. And I'm like,
That
okay.
that was like open. That was the day it was released. You asked that question. That was like
I was very forward with that. So I had made my own homebrew winch mount out of some other materials I had laying around, and it worked great. I talked with Reef quite a bit, and he said that he was working on one. So that one came to market. It was actually released yesterday, and it fits. It's the fit and finish is fantastic on it, and it gives you the reason it's called variable is it gives you the ability to run a internal spool and external spool, full size, or the shorty servo profiles, as well as micro servos. So you can run the 179 or the micro 99 size with the winch drums on them, and it's got mounts for all that stuff. And if you don't have the stubby kit in your VRD, or if you do and you run the speed control in its another location, you can flip that mount upside down and it'll actually drop that servo winch down 25 millimeters. So it gives you a little lower CG inside the chassis because it is chassis mounted. So that video is out there as well. So yeah, I was a little busy this week. I dropped 2 videos back to back in 24 hours, but it's what I had time to do, and I wanted to get it out there. So that's what I've been up to on Addie's side.
very cool. Well, I am looking forward to seeing what kind of video content you and Matt put together tomorrow, because I do know for a fact you do know how to torture them. And so I have no doubt.
I do. Yeah, this thing's going to see some airtime, and it's and that, hey, that's what they're for, right? Is to enjoy. I'm not trying to break anything. I'm not trying to destroy anything. I just want to see what it'll do. And then once I've seen what it can do, I'll probably move it on. On my channel, actually, at the end of that video, I give a little hint that I'm very close to 1,000 views or 1,000 subs. If I hit the 1,000 mark, and that's the current video, I'm giving it away. I'll probably give it away at Beat the Creek. Some little kid is going to love that truck much more than me. I'm not going to beat it up and destroy it and give it away. It'll be right, and it'll be clean, and that's probably where it'll end up. FMS gave it to me, and I'm going to push it forward after I've done what I need to do.
Fantastic. Bravo.
Yeah.
I love it. My only gripe, I'm going to end with this. I'm going to go back to JSTE, and I'm going to bitch. And I'm going to tell you the show and shine was rigged. It was BS. I didn't win. And I'm sending a petition letter out. I am on a rage right now that the kid that comes with 2 autism awareness themed builds in the month of April during Autism Awareness Month, and I don't even podium. I'm like, come on, guys. I quit.
Yeah, I would definitely send a strongly worded letter, like by mail.
I'm working on it. Yeah. I'm like, maybe I should have turned it on. Was it the 4-wheel steer? Was it the underglow blue lights? Was it the audio kit? The ESS1 audio? Should I had it running? Like, what could I have done different, guys?
Well, I'm just saying, if it doesn't have audio, it would have scored higher with me.
Right.
It rocks. That it's not playing. It's not playing music. I'm not the music guy.
Yeah. You're the motor sound guy.
Yes.
Rev. Yeah.
Rev.
Yeah. I make the sounds for my videos. Like, I do all the motor sounds myself. And I like, nobody complains. I'm just saying. RC Stevens, he said he voted for you, Mike.
He did?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, thank you. At least someone did. I'm like,
they need to have an online vote. They need to do a showdown of some sort for online voting. I probably still would have voted for somebody else, Mike.
Thank you.
If I can't give you a hard time, who will, right?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I need to be hip checked once in a while and put back in my place.
Yeah.
But I am working on that letter. Jeremy, if you can help draft or proofread it for me, it's going to be a stern.
Yeah, I'll proofread it for you. And to make it easier on the person that's reading it, I'll change all the text to white. And then we'll send it out. It prints a lot faster when you change all the text to white.
And it's recyclable.
Good stuff.
And it's recyclable. Yeah. You can use that letter for other things. Yeah.
They see that letter come from me. They're just gonna file it anyway.
Yeah, they're probably not going to open it. So.
No, it's going right in the filing cabinet.
Right in the shredder. Davy Jones.
Yep.
For that one.
I don't blame them.
My crowd's been giving me enough crap about this, being selected as the Castle team manager, surface team manager.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. But
congratulations.
It's
much deserved. We all know the Castle team needs a little kick in the butt there. It'll be nice to get a little surge and have you.
Team Castle has always been, in my opinion, like my
notorious.
Well, they're my warrant officers. They're my silent professionals, and they're always there to do it. Like, I'm being legitimate serious. That is the warrant officer, Army warrant officer corps is our silent professionals. They're SMEs in their fields, and they're always there to offer you assistance to get you past a knowledge gap. And help you out, and that is what my Castle team should be. Is they're silent professionals. They're hiding out there. They're the unicorns of RC. They're very specific SMEs in different aspects of surface hobby, and I just want to get them back into the limelight. So if you feel like you're one of those people, go ahead and go over to Castle and drop an application. I'll be looking at it, as well as Castle, Kate over Castle. But they've entrusted me to be a team manager, and to me, that's a unicorn within a unicorn. So it's, I'm very privileged and honored to take on that job. But
Well,
I've been
you've
catching
been
a lot
there.
of
You
They're
might
like,
be
fix
better.
this, fix this, fix this. I'm like, I'm not an engineer. I'm a team. Like, okay, I'll tell them. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming. I'm not going to say what, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming, and you might see some of it at Beat the Creek.
Nice.
Fantastic. That's exciting. Castle is definitely one of those companies that is a pleasure to support, because they continue to give back to our hobby. They're making such a presence at these events, and yeah, it's an easy one to get behind.
Yep.
Go Castle. Congratulations, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Yes,
sir.
sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Eric, we're going to let you off the hook. We want to thank you again for your journey. Your RC journey has been one for the record books, and we are honored and humbled to be able to share it with you and cheer you on wherever it may take you. So continue to do what you are doing, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. It's always fun to hang out with you guys, either virtually or in person. Hopefully we can do it in person real soon, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come on tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening, guys.
You do the same, Eric. Thank you for being you.
Thank you for being you.
Fantastic. That is one of the good guys there, Jeremy. Definitely one of the good guys.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
Jeremy.
serious
It
about
was
rocking his logo, dude. I'm all over it. I've been doing it since he started, and I love those shirts. It immediately people know what I'm doing. I love the logo. It resonates with me, as that's Adventure RC.
honestly, it's a little strange that we caught you tonight without it on. Like, I am so used to seeing it on you. It just feels a little strange that it's not on you right
Yeah,
now.
I had some comments about, in other lives, that wearing bright orange, bright yellow, and lime green, it doesn't come across
Bode
very
well for your.
right.
Okay.
Great, and I like those colors with that shirt. But I have one laid out for tomorrow, and that's what I'll be rocking.
Fantastic. I love it. Well, Jeremy, we're going to wrap it up here unless you have any other words of wisdom or things to share. We'll have one more weekend. We have one more weekend before Beat the Creek, and we'll be doing Beat the Creek stuff. But you were about ready to do something. Go spring out of that seat.
I do have one more thing, and this is our print off, right? We're still doing the print thing.
Oh, you dick. You're going to bring the...
Hold on, don't ruin it. But I've been printing other stuff for Beat the Creek for a couple vendors. So my machine's been tied up for a little bit with some volunteer work, but I do have something to share. And I'm not a one-upper or anything, but Mike's been killing it with his Knights Customs interior set with a movable driver figure. So I had some filament that I did for some Illuminati work, and I printed it in gold.
I love it.
Look at that. Oh, that is going to look so good with a black wash. It is going to look incredible. But
I never would have thought gold.
It printed fantastic. Like, this is
it
going
did.
to be the gold member ride. Like, it is good. It is really good. I mean, the driver piece, like, yeah. And that's so cool. It is so cool. It's got the right.
Now, Jeremy, all of those parts that you printed, were they green light go on the first try? Did you have any trouble did you have to reprint any, manipulate them in different positions?
So I did have to reposition the dash, the roll cage. I flipped and put on a 20-degree angle, and it came out perfectly. The all the arms, all the small pieces, the shifter handles and stuff. I did put
Yeah,
I put some raft layers down because they start
they
to
were.
shimmy and shake to come off of the bed. Um, and on my pie plate, I put just a little bit of uh, um, that glue stick stuff
Yep.
with the 2 raft layers, and yeah, I was able to pick the shifter and stuff like that right off of the raft. So that's what I
Are
did.
are you not using a glue stick that often then? Like, cause
Not on a pie plate. Yeah, that
okay,
PEI plate that Bamboo supplies with the printer, or came with my printer. I don't know if they supply it or you buy it, but definitely buy the pie plate if you have one. You don't need to use glue. It has a texture surface to it, which
yep,
generally holds things really well. But I've found with some of this glossy PLA and PETG that
yep.
just a smidge of glue, and you really got to only put it where you're printing. Um, it goes a long way. Like it really holds the parts down. And if you're having problems with small pieces picking off, rafts, like just put a couple layers down just to plant the stuff, give it a little more surface area so it doesn't get cooled and then knocked off.
The good thing is those are the smaller parts, and they
Yeah,
don't take
small.
nearly as long. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they're a little
And
finicky.
that entire interior part that I showed you, I printed all on one bed, all at the same time. So I
No.
maximized my bed space and moved some stuff around, and I just let it eat overnight, and it
Whoa.
woke up to it in the morning, all good.
Anything crazy like one part at a time, or was it doing them all at once?
Basically doing them all at once. I kept
Okay.
yeah, the supports were basically the initial layers, and then it was doing the detail stuff after. But it maximizing your bed, like I'm learning. Like if you're gonna print. Um, it may take a little longer. It might be overnight to print a full bed. Um, if it goes wrong, it's you're out. Like
A disaster. Yeah.
but if you're pretty confident in your setup and what's going on, just print a whole bed,
Let it
fill it up,
go.
let it eat. Yeah, yeah,
Because with these printers, it is rare to come across a print that's going to take 4, 5, 6 hours, something that you would run overnight anymore. But if you load a bed, like you're saying, you're
yeah,
getting back closer to an overnight print. I mean, most of the stuff I was loading right now is like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm not even leaving it.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
all right, I will maximize the bed space and try and add some more.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. If I'm going to spend the money to run the printer energy wise, just run it. Um, like tonight, I have a 12-hour print I have to print. A gentleman
Holy crap!
bought my Thanos head, my earphone holder. He bought it off my desk at work. I just couldn't say no, so I'm going to print one of those. I have 3/4 of a spool of gold, so I might as well just do Thanos in gold. And
Uh,
I'm just going to run that tonight.
wow! Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. Uh, yeah, your Thanos head for holding your
Yeah, my
uh,
earphone.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's so cool.
yeah. It holds my sunglasses. Like it's at my desk when I go in. I only go in 2 days
Yep,
a week to my office, but it keeps the earphones from just laying on the desk.
I love it.
Keeps them up on you know, against the head, I guess,
Yep.
whatever. But it makes them convenient and holds my sunglasses during the day. So, it looks cool sitting on my desk. sporting some Oakleys. But yeah, I got to print another one.
Awesome. 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 I love it. All right. Well, we will try and get back here next Saturday. One more go before Beat the Creek, and we'll see what happens. If we, yeah, we'll wing it. And go have yourself a kick-ass day tomorrow. Say hello to Matt and the rest of the fellas.
Will do.
And look forward to Beat the Creek and getting back out there with the crew and having some fun.
Heck yeah. And thanks for everybody dropping comments and stuff. It's fantastic to see. I've been trying to keep up and say hellos and whatnots. But
yes.
Yeah.
And that's something we can work on.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you guys dropping by and sticking with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it does take a lot of work each week. I mean, putting this together and getting everything arranged. It is also nice to know when it is appreciated, and the feedback from JSTE being on site and hearing it from people like, "Hey, looking forward to it," and it's nice to hear, the good and the bad, because we know we don't do it all right, but it's good to know it's appreciated.
Yep.
So. Get out there and do it and have some fun. That's all we can do is enjoy the hobby. That is the name of the game.
Yep.
All right, sir. Thank you, Jeremy. We will wrap this up. We'll talk to you all soon. See you guys. Thank you so much. Go enjoy your Sunday tomorrow.
Yep. Hit that.
Sorry. There you go. What was it? Honeydew list?
Get that honeydew list out of the way so you can go RC.
There you go. Words of wisdom. Make that wife happy so you get more RC time. I got it. All right, Jeremy. Stand by. Boom. All right, people. I know I am glitching here like crazy. I got to go fix our internet. Let me go make sure the cable bill is paid. Let's give you an outro video and get me out of here. We'll see you all next week.